Greetings. Just a quick note today. There was this story that was very triggering, and it's just kind of typical of the America media environment that we live in. How it was reported, and how it was reported depending on what cohort the social media algorithms think you're in, or what cohort whatever's running it for TV or whatever media you're on. You're targeted somehow. They think you're part of. Certainly, think you're either a Democrat or Republican, whatever. So if they thought you were a Democrat on November 5th, there was an ICE raid or ICE action near or in a daycare in Rialto del Sol, Ray of the Sun daycare, the north side of Chicago. Okay, and so if you're a Democrat, you think that ICE agents kind of randomly entered this daycare and then just going from room to room and being brutal, and then found this woman who was illegal and illegal, and just criminal illegal. And they just brutally grabbed her and brought her outside and arrested her. And then there was footage of her coming out kind of being brutalized by the ICE agents. I give you that. And it was triggering. When you saw them with this woman, they kind of banged her head on the glass, treated her like crap, and put her in the car. And then if you thought she was a beloved teacher in the daycare and that they randomly just targeted her, then you would be really triggered. Like I myself was triggered. I'm like, do we have a constitution or not? I'm going to my federal building right now. I'm going to start this is crazy. We cannot tolerate this. We have to defend the Constitution and our teachers and our schools and stuff like that, okay? That's if you were a Democrat. If you're on the Republican side, what you heard was that ICE agents stopped an illegal woman that they knew was illegal, and they hit her vehicle and her driving. She was in violation right then. She didn't have the proper credentials to be driving. The car wasn't registered right. She was an illegal, and they were stopping her not at the school, but at a traffic light or something. Well, you didn't know this if you were a Democrat. You didn't know she got stopped at a car light, and that the male driving the car she was in decided to ignore the ICE agents and the police and speed off with her in the car, engaging them in a dangerous pursuit. Cops, after they've been in a dangerous pursuit, never act nice. They're always adrenaline up. Okay. But you didn't know that if you were a Democrat. You didn't know that there had been a chase before this. Okay? And if you were a Republican, you didn't know that she taught at the school. You didn't know that she actually taught at that daycare. You thought she was just in her car, some random criminal, Trin de Aragua, probably super horrible person, and the super horrible male with her. And they just, screw you guys, engage. And then she decided to use the school as cover, endangering the kids. That's her decision to do that is what endangered those kids. That's what you thought if you were a Republican. So there's actually no good reporting on this. So that I'm looking for it, I'm asking the AI. The AI is just giving me the Democrat side of things. It's not mentioning the fact that she was in a car before she entered the school when she was first encountered by the ICE agents. The AI doesn't mention that either. The Gemini Google Cloud, or whatever it is completely reporting the Democrat side. So it's just crazy, right? This is another example of how lame our media environment really is, how bad it's really gotten, because it's just, I can't, even when you're looking, you can't get the full fact. Just report the facts. And then it's bad enough, right? It's bad enough what ICE did. Just if you even just stick to the facts. And then let's be righteously angered about that. Because then when people get angered and triggered about stuff, but then they're wrong about basic facts, then they don't have legitimacy anymore. Then the Republican side of things can say, well, you guys don't even know the fact that she really wasn't teaching at the school when she got targeted. She was she was driving her car, and the man she was with said, screw you to the cops, and drove off. Right? So this is crazy how sad this is. Our lack of reporting And then also on this comet that's coming by 3i Atlas, pictures didn't get released, and there's all this crazy speculation about what it is, and we're still not getting good very reporting. There's just so many things that you don't get good, factual, good reporting about. And it's gotten to a really dangerous level. It's putting us in peril. We can't decide. We can't ever come to an agreement about basic things: viruses, vaccines, war, Ukraine. What is Ukraine? Who started that? What's going on there? Is it who was Yanukovych? Who's Zelensky? Was Yanukovych maybe democratically elected and Zelensky was installed? Gee, if I'm a Democrat, I don't have any idea about that. I don't know anything about that. I just know that I just love Zelensky, which I think history will show makes you look like a Nazi supporting idiot. But since there's no press, you really can't be held accountable for the fact that you don't know about the Maidan coup, or the color revolution, or what the CIA, Victoria Nuland, were doing in Ukraine in 2014. If you don't know about any of that, what that happened, you can't really be held accountable for that because there was no reporting on it. You see what I mean? So it's so dangerous, so scary out there. I myself was just ready to just run over to my federal building and say, God, we cannot be having these ICE agents just grab people and endangering kids and stuff like that. See how triggering that is? It's so triggering. It's so emotionally triggering. It's got to be by design. And the whole Charlie Kirk thing, there's just so many things that we don't have information about that are now sort of existential crisis. It's also kind of say, oh, well, cool, don't worry, Jeff, just keep living your life and don't worry. But these are, people are getting shot. Dude was shot or had his neck exploded with the microphone thing, Israeli style. Whatever happened to him, it happened to us, the American people, right in front of our face. This person who went to a campus and said, let's have a debate, was shot, okay, in front of us. And people were like, oh, cool. People celebrated the death, the brutal shooting of a person who was married and had kids. They celebrated that, the shooting of their political enemy. Some of them called for the shooting of their political enemy the day before he was shot. A lot of people were on camera calling for his death. So, triggering events. You're being triggered. You're being distracted. Things are happening. And we're still not having any good discussion about the budget, congressional war powers, public education, the public auction of healthcare, affordable housing. We're on a bad foot. James Brown has a song, get on the good foot. To get on the good foot, you have to get in control. You got to relax. You got to know what's going on. You got to get to a point where you're safe enough and not triggered, not always responding to their crisis, that you're saying, hey, I'd like to pull out of Ukraine right now. No more spending on Ukraine. Let's pull out of that. No more genocide in Israel. We're going to pull back on that. We're going to reassert congressional war powers. The next time we go to drone bomb or do anything to any civilians or any people anywhere in the world, we're going to have a debate about it in our Congress. They've got the purse. And then we'll do war if we have to. Most of the time we don't have to. See, that's what we need to do. That should be a priority for all of us, Democrat, Republicans. We could agree on that kind of thing. Instead of having spouting all this hyperbole about some socialist who just got elected, some billionaire-backed rich sycophant pretending to be a socialist just got elected in New York, and it's very triggering to a lot of people. Oh, man, what a mess. All right, better media, demand more, demand the truth, don't react, don't be triggered. Maybe don't click on these things. I don't know what to do. When you see something that looks like clickbait, I don't know what to do. Go underneath it and say, tell the real facts. All right, have a good one. We've got to do better.